Hi everyone, Erica here with Fibersandfloss Canada. Welcome back for another episode. If you're new here, this is a channel all about cross stitch and you're very welcome. Today I have something different for you guys. I have a bit of a stash dive. So I do try to limit the charts that I collect to ones that I really love. I'm at the point right now where some of my tastes have changed and I'd like to maybe pass on some that I no longer use. And I'm not sure if I'll do that in this video or another video. We'll just kind of see as we go along. So I do tend to keep all my stuff in one of these Rubbermaid bins. And when this becomes full, and can you see the lid? It's kind of like bursting at the middle, then it's time for me to actually go through it and decide, you know, do I really want to stitch all these things or where am I sitting at with that? So there's no particular order. I thought I would just kind of go through them, share some patterns. A lot of these patterns are older patterns. There's some new ones in there too. But what I really love about stash dives is just kind of creating an awareness of older patterns that aren't out there. You know, everybody is stitching the latest, greatest, you know, market release. And you know, I feel kind of bad about some of these excellent patterns that are out there that are no longer being stitched. So you know, if you see any of these things, I will put the information in the description box, so feel free to pop on over if you want to acquire one of those for yourselves. Hi everybody, I just wanted to pop back here. This is future Erica. I guess this is my new thing. I have these afterthoughts. I need to go back and insert them. I have decided to give away, I think 9 patterns here at the end of the video. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you watch the whole video, okay? And enter in those draws. I'm happy to ship anywhere in North America. So hang tight and you will get all the information on which patterns those are shortly. Thank you. Ourselves. I'll just start at the very top. I do have a kit here by Forest Embroidery, and this one here is called Forest Houses. I had originally purchased this one actually for my son to stitch because he was getting into his cross stitch. He was doing Tiny Modernist, I think. Is that the one with all the cities? And he had done Amsterdam and was excited to maybe do this one here, but he hasn't started it yet. So it might be something that I end up stitching. It's absolutely beautiful. It comes with all their variegated floss. The kits are lovely to unkit for sure. Okay, my next one here is Nora Corbett. This one here is Aries. I am an Aries. And I do plan on stitching this pattern next month for Nora November. I had to think what month we're in. I wasn't too sure. I do really enjoy all the Mirabilias and Nora Corbett's. I did get some really pretty pink purple opalescent fabric, so this will be a really fun one for me to stitch. It's already kit up, ready to go. I just have to cast on, start stitching. What craft am I doing here? Okay, so sorry, it's a different setup than usual, so I'm kind of moving stuff around. This is something that I had acquired recently, and it's a Just Nan. This is her Gingerbread Candy Mouse, and I absolutely love these. I love how it's a bit of a different craft, right? So it's not just something that you're going to throw in a frame, but you're actually going to stitch up the mouse, and it's stitched flat. You embellish it, and then you sew it up, and then you can buy the little box that it stands on, but it was out of stock when I purchased it. And the great thing about this, it does come with the embellishments that are needed, the buttons for the bottom, and of course the little wire tail here. And I got some gingerbread recently for that, so that will be really fun to do, and I'll do that one this winter. Another one for this winter that I have that's all ready to roll is Father Christmas, and this is a Joan Elliott. Now this one actually was originally gifted as a big box to Samantha, the Hugo Stitcher, and myself, and it's one of the ones at the cabin. We got a chance to go through the box in August, and it's one of the ones that I took home. I am doing a few different Christmas pieces, one for each of my children, and this is one that I'll be starting this winter as well. Now, also in that great big box were a lot of Carolyn Mannings, but there's 2 that kind of caught my eye. So this one here is Flower Magic. Of course, it's Carolyn Manning Designs. And then the second one is called Wood Violet, and it's part of the Shooting Star collection. Obviously you guys can tell I like green, right? Like I have green upstairs, I've got green down here in my basement. These are both green. I don't know why. My whole life I thought blue was my favorite color. I think it's green. All right, no current plans to stitch those. I would love to stitch them, particularly the Flower Magic one. It just reminds me so much of quilt blocks, right? So I think, and that with like that tangerine orange would be really, really fun to stitch. Okay, my next one is Jane Hopkins, 1875. And I think everybody knows this one, right? It's been around rather recently. I do have fabric for it. I just need to decide if I'm going to, I was leaning towards doing it in the Versoix, but I think I'll actually do this one in DMC. I'm doing another one, Hands Across the Sea, right now with the Versoix, and it's beautiful, but I've also heard that the DMC conversions for Hands Across the Sea is absolutely unbelievable, and it's definitely worth doing the DMC and not always splurging for the silk. So I may just try that because I have another silk one on the go already. This one here was gifted to me by a lovely lady named Noelle, and this is Bridget Powers with GGR. I love, love, love this pattern. You know, when I saw Jackie with Comfort stitching it, and it just, something about when you see the original, which of course is stunning, but then you see someone stitching it and posting their real videos and pictures on Instagram, it's something totally different, right? And I see that with Jackie's as well. You know, the flower basket is just unbelievable. Initially I thought I would just stitch kind of the top half, but then I see her stitching this and the detail in it is just stunning. So I'm kind of thinking I might do this one for my New Year start this year. I'm not sure, we'll see. I do have most of it kitted up already, which is great. This pattern here was gifted to me by my best friend Samantha, and this is Shannon Christine's Sugarplum Village. This is one that for years I wanted to stitch. And it was funny because I remember at one point I had it in my cart and I was going to buy it, and I looked and I thought, oh, it's going to be way too expensive to kit up, and because it was all specialty floss, and so I got rid of it in my cart. But looking at it, it calls for 7 colors, you guys, 7 skeins. Like, I mean, that's not going to cost anything to kit up, right? So I don't know if I'll do that one this Christmas or next Christmas, one of the two. Then I have this is called Brooke's Books is the one that designs this. And counted cross stitch design by Brooke Nolan. Okay, and this one is called Spirit of Christmas, and it's an angel. And the really cool thing about this is it is stitched on perforated paper, and then it stands up like you put on your mantle, and it's like a 3D ornament. And I'm really excited just to see how that goes. And if this is something that's interesting to you guys, she's on Etsy, but she has like 30 different ones of this. You know, you get the ones that she's a quilter and she has all, you know, everything to do with quilting hanging down here. There's bakers, there's Santa Claus, there's you know, Wizard of Oz theme, there's everything. So it's an Etsy shop. It was really, really cute checking it out. She does have some really great sales from time to time as well, and that's Brooke's Bookstore on Etsy. So that's a fun one to check out as well. Now this one, I've ripped the package. I don't know if I should I'll take it out for you guys. This is one of the ones that I'm starting for my children, but I wasn't happy with the fabric. So I set it aside and I've ordered different fabric. This is Christmas Traditions by Designs for the Needle, and it's a 1990 pattern called Polar Santa. Something for me when I'm looking at these old patterns is just so nostalgic. I dread doing all that white. Look at all the white. Oh my gosh. No, thank you. That's going to be terrible, but it'll be worth it when it's done. And what I ended up buying for that one, it came with like, I think 18 count navy Aida, and I ended up buying Phantom, 36 count Phantom. And I think that, you know, with that little bit of purple in there, will look really, really nice with the sky. So that one is all ready to go. It's funny when you buy a kit and then you have to kit up the kit because you're not happy with something. Anyways, this one here is a Teresa Wensler, and it's called English Cottage Sampler. And this is one that Samantha had passed on to me this August as well. I don't currently have any plans to stitch this one, but it's just kind of building my collection a little bit. The Teresa Wenslers, I have 2 of them on the go right now, and you guys, if you haven't stitched them, they are a lot of work, like a lot of work. So it's not something that you could just take lightly. You have to plan to do that one for sure. This one, I think everyone knows, it's Pretty Bird by the Artsy Housewife. I just really like the Art Deco, you know, vintage look to it. I think is quite beautiful. I have everything I need to stitch that one as well. I just need to stitch it. Then I have Mary Amelia's Bird, and this is by Quaint Rose Needle Arts. And again, same deal. I have everything to stitch this one as well. It's actually really pretty, one of those vintage birds. I was thinking to maybe stitch this, and then my mom loves birds, gift it to my mother. But I haven't started it yet. The next one is very fun. I haven't opened it yet. I have opened it, but I haven't started it. This is by Avela Folk Embroidery. And, sorry for the crinkle. It's called, where is, oh, the pattern's just right there. Peloponnesian Poppies. I guess I can show this front bit here. I'll just show half of it. There's some pattern on the front and the full back. And it's like a, I don't want to say it's a table runner because it's quite a bit smaller. 14 by 18 inches. And, you know, you put on your table under like your vase of flowers or that sort of thing. Speaking of flowers, you see these flowers? My neighbor made these and dropped them off this morning, and they're gorgeous. So even though all the flowers here in BC are done, like it is full on fall, I think it was 2 degrees this morning. You know, she has a wonderful cutting garden. She's getting into cutting more at this time of year, still using a lot of the foliage and herbs that are in the garden. So yeah, I thought it was really beautiful. I brought it down for filming today. Okay, so this is part of the really big box that Sam and I got to go through this summer. And this is Chatelaine Taj Mahal Mandala Garden. And I have to, like, if I can get that to focus a bit better. Not really. So this is the Taj Mahal here. And then the garden and the fountains. And, you know, I have to say with Chatelaine designs, we all know they're stunning, right? When you see people posting all the pictures on Instagram, it just takes your breath away. But, you know, for Chatelaine, like, why can't they need to redo their pictures on their website. Let's put it that way, right? Because when I look at the website, I think, none of them really float my boat. None of them really are stunning. I don't know if I'm going to order any of those. And then you take, you know, 3 of those names and you Google it and it's unbelievable. I mean, these pieces are absolutely stunning works of art. And I just think, you know, they could definitely make a lot more sales if it was updated. So that one, it came with a bead pack, but other than that, it's not kitted up. This one here, though, Holland in the Springtime, which is the Chatelaine as well. And this is one that I plan on starting for my birthday next year. And I've been kitting it up for the last year. All I have left to do is grab the fabric, the bead pack, and I think, and the MPIs. But I have all the other miscellaneous silks, which, you know, is still quite a bit, right? So I'm halfway kitted up on that one. This one is also a chandelier, and it is Polar Bear Mandala. And when I was deciding which one to kit up for my birthday, it was between this one and Holland in the Springtime. This here, the Aurora Borealis, that's all 1/1. And I would totally stitch it because it's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. But when I looked at it to Holland in the Springtime, all the pictures of people actually stitching it online, I like the Holland in the Springtime more. And now Taj Mahal is a close second, I think, for me. Okay, the next one is Autumn Water Garden Mandala, and that's also by Chatelaine. And this one has a bead pack. It's so beautiful. I wonder though, at least, you know, when I look and when each quarter of this is identical, I wonder how that will go. Like, will I get bored of that? I don't know. When I look at Holland in the Springtime, each quarter of the design is different. So I think that will at least keep me motivated to continue to stitch. This one, I just talked about my last one, is Turkey Day by Cottage Garden Samplings. And that's one that I'll be starting this October. Maybe even November, actually. We have Thanksgiving in October here, mid-October. So at some point. Oh, maybe I'll start it this week. I don't know. Then I have Halloween Cat by Satsuma Street. And I have everything for that one. That's also one that will be started this month. And then I have Otono by Satsuma Street as well. And that one I might start in November. It's just a really small. The Satsuma ones are quite small pieces, easy to stitch. I've noticed a lot of my pieces I have are larger, and it makes it the progress a little bit slower, right? Then I have Autumn Quakers by Rosewood Studio, and that's something I'm going to be stitching as well this fall. And that's all kitted, ready to go. I have all the Valdani floss and the fabric. Okay, now, these are some patterns that I've already stitched, and I'm not sure, maybe I'll save those for last because I might do some giveaways with those because I don't know what to do with them, and they were fun and I love them and I think I should pass them on. I have a out of print Mirabilia Tatiana Queen of the Fairies. Now I've stitched Tatiana. I stitched her for my daughter when she was a toddler, and she's 17 now. And I've never framed her, and I think I need to frame it for her. But I absolutely love that. And I was thinking, I actually have 2 copies of this. So I think when I'll do a big giveaway. I think when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'll probably just kit up the whole thing and do a giveaway for that. It would be really, really fun. Then moving into Nora Corbett. Here's one of her reindeers from the Christmas Eve Courier collection. This one is Donner, and I had just finished this one in July, actually. These patterns, all the Christmas Eve Couriers are from my girlfriend Samantha because she has the whole collection and is almost done stitching them. Here's another one. This one here is Dancer. Oh, this one's a definite giveaway for sure. So when I went and picked up a Joan Elliott for Samantha, the lady said, oh, I have another kit as well. Do you want it? I'll give it to you for free. And I thought, sure. It's not something I would stitch. It's not my style, but I'm sure somebody out there would love it. So this is it's done by Custom Crafts, and it's called Moonlight Owls. You can see it there. So this one, I'll tell you a little bit about it in case here's the bag. It's got all the floss and the Aida. It comes on 14 count Aida. Finished size is 196 by 196, which works out to 14 by 14 inches. So if you're interested in that one and want to be entered for a draw anywhere in North America, use the word owls, okay? And then of course all the typical stuff, be of age, blah, 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 don't say giveaway, and I'll draw for that on my next floss too. So use the word owls, okay? I'll set that one aside differently so I remember. Okay, then I have Windswept St. Nick, and this is by Peggy Abrams. This is a really old Dimensions, pattern. I had bought this many years ago for There it is, $9.95. There used to be a great cross-stitch store in the Lower Mainland in Vancouver, and it is no longer. Okay, then I have a Luca S embroidery kit with a giant peony, and of course it's kit, so it's all ready to roll. I have ink circles. This one here is called Jolly Green. Now, I have a different plan for this one. So my plan is to take each square and make it a different color. Like this one would be red, and I would make it a gradient stitch using, you know, what is it, it looks like 3 different colors of green, but I could be wrong. It could be different. I'm baking sourdough bread and my kids are yelling at me the timer's going. I'll be right back. Okay, so thanks for that. Life with the kids home, right? Okay, so I have some more reindeers by Nora Corbett, and I'll go through them quickly. They're all part of the Christmas Eve Courier collection. This one here is Vixen. I kind of thought at one point maybe I would stitch them and put them into like a tree skirt of some sort. I'm not sure. I may do, what is this one called? This one's Blitzen. I may make some into a wall hanging, I think. Might be good. I'm not sure yet. And then I have the sleigh, the Christmas sleigh, Santa sleigh. Now, these are some Nora Corbett's that I have fallen in love with but have not stitched yet. This is the Berry Collector, and it's part of the Black Forest Pixies by Nora Corbett. I don't have any plans to stitch these ones at this time. I should though. I really love the blue in this one. This is Emmy. She is one of the Bewitching Pixie lines. And this one I have stitched. This one here is Thistle, which I will save and do a giveaway for the Nora Corbett's for Nora November. I have Beautiful Finishing, and this is by the Victoria Sampler. So if you guys have never checked out Victoria Sampler, you should. It's like Jeanette Douglas, but a little bit more detail. You know, it does have a lot of black work, it has hardanger, it has a whole bunch of everything. Really, it's so much fun. Beautiful Finishing 5. I don't know where it is, but I have this one here too, Beautiful Finishing 2. They're all different, like different types of ornaments you can do, but this set was all about learning how to finish your ornaments. And in fact, they have the Gingerbread Village, which I really want to do. I looked at kitting that up, and that was going to be crazy expensive, so I have to decide what I'm going to be doing with that. I may try, they are kind of slowing things down a bit, so they don't offer kits anymore. Like, you know, with Jeanette Douglas, you can get the embellishment packs. They're about $100. If you were to kit everything up separately, you know, it's going to be about $250, $300. And so I'm wondering about doing the gingerbread etui tree and doing it as like a stitch along next year. And if so, if people want to kind of maybe register for that, and then we can order everything and separate it and make our own embellishment stuff. Anyways, it's something I'm thinking about, but I will I can't share these. I will share those details later. I have a couple they're free charts, so, but I'm not going to share them because they're vintage, but I have a 1996 chart from Marilyn for Lavender and Lace, and then there's a second one too for 1999. And those are both like Christmas angels, cherub sort of design. Then I do have another Just Nan, and I think I'm going to give this away because let's give it away. I haven't done it yet. I started one actually, and then I wasn't very happy with it, and then that was that. So this one here is called, well, they're both they're different. Oh, I have 2 of them. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do one giveaway, and if you want both, you can have both. And if you don't want one of them, let me know, and I will do another giveaway later on. So just now, this one here is called Snow Faces, and it's a whole bunch of just a little snowman. And then this one here is called Snow Bonnets. I was going to read it backwards, and I was like, well, I don't recognize that word backwards. And I do have the fabric that goes with that. And I have one of the silver frames. That's all that they had in stock at the time when I had purchased it. So I'll do a giveaway for that one. If you are interested in that one, use the word NAN, which is N-A-N, okay? Okay, the next one I have is another Mirabilia, and this is Royal Games 2. Oh, I guess you can't see it through there, can you? This is one, I did Royal Games 1 in the last year. I finished that. And then I haven't framed it because I want to also stitch Royal Games 2 and have them framed together so they match. And as you can see, you can have it framed this way, or you can have it framed that way. And the cool thing about this pattern, of course, is you could choose to stitch the Queen of Diamonds on the bottom and on the top, and then you could have 4 cards instead of just 2 cards. So that one I have, it's all kitted up, ready to go as well. Just need, 45 hours in a day so that I could stitch all this stuff, right? Okay, let's do some giveaways because I've got a couple other Mill Hill small packages that I'm not going to show you. Who cares? Those are just little things. Okay, so I bought these Celtic mini pillow key fob sort of designs years ago. This is part of the Celtic series. There are ornaments, and it was done by Fonte Ritter Designs, and out of California. And now I have there's 5 of them, so I'll do a giveaway if you guys want to use the word Celtic. There's this one, there's that one, there's this one, and that one, and that one. And they, and they all recommend just being stitched on perforated paper using DMC floss. Some of them have like a handful of beads, nothing crazy. And let's just see what the stitch count is. Oh, it's so small, 35 by 35. So it's like 2.5 inches. Think of like a scissor fob. These would be awesome. So the giveaway word for that will be Celtic. And I think I should write that down because I got a few things I'm going to give away. Celtic. And then that's for all of those, okay? Now, I'm going to save that one for another day. And that one. This one here is called the Heral Angels, and this is a really old chart. It's one of the first things that I had stitched, actually. It's by Donna Giampa, and it's a Christmas chart, and I really, really enjoyed stitching it. I have it framed. It's a gorgeous piece. I put it up every Christmas. So if you are interested in this chart, you can use the word hark. In here, it was a kit, but let me just look here. It is charted for DMC as well as Anchor. And it's 159 stitches wide by 193 stitches. And it gives you dimensions for everything from 14 to 22 count Ada, which of course you could convert over. It uses 2 different Mill Hill beads. Both are very common, one gold, one red. So let's use the word hark for that one. And again, anywhere in North America, okay, you guys, and I'll ship it out to you. That one, it's not, I have some out of print Mirabilias, and I have to be careful not to just, I want to give those ones away, but Not quite yet. I'm saving them for something special because they are so special. Okay, then I have a toad in the garden that I can pass along. This one here is called the Amish Quilt Sampler. You can see that there. That was a really fun one to stitch because, you know, I stitched it on a Lugana. It was the first time I ever used Lugana, and really, really easy to stitch on. It's called for DMC. There's no beading, no chronic, no fancy work, just straight. Oh, straight stitching. I'm looking now. It actually does call for some Krynic. But I did not use Krynic in here at all. So there must be another option. I'd have to look closer at it, but whoever gets it can look closer at it. So this one here, Told in a Garden, of course, is by Marilyn. Leave It Emblem, that's Nora Corbett's mom. And it is 28 count Lugana. Ends up being 102 stitches wide by 284 stitches long. So if you're interested in that one, the word will be quilt, okay? Then I have something that is fun and seasonal, and this one is by the Witchy Stitcher. Now, this pattern I stitched last year, I think it was, and I stitched it super fast in, I want to say 4 days, because it was so much fun. And this one here is called Guardian of the Woods, or Lishi is the name. It was a lot of fun to stitch that. Very creepy looking, but perfect for like Halloween, right? So if you're interested in that one, you could use the word Lishi. That pattern, it's 105 stitches by 145 stitches, and it's charted in DMC. So cheap, easy to kit up. And what did I say we're gonna use? Guardian. I have to write this down. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. This is an Owl Forest embroidery pattern, which I stitched. I finished it, I think, about a year ago, and it's called Christmas Birds. And I really, really love stitching this. You know, something about a good, like, Owl Forest embroidery with all the little motifs everywhere. And every time I've stitched their stuff, I've ordered their variegated floss, the hand-dyed, which I think is definitely worth it for sure. Yeah, very, very fun to stitch. Now, there was a free stitch long, very similar to this. This is called Christmas Birds, and then there's one called, like, Cardinals, Red Cardinals, or just Cardinals, something like that. And it's a little bit smaller, so it's, you know, you end up losing about here and there, but a lot of these elements are the same in both of them. So, yeah. Anyways, if you like that one, let's use the word bird. Okay. Then this one is a bit different, and I don't know how many people might be interested in this one. This is canvas work, and it is, make sure I have it right here. I've got a couple patterns in this little chunk. Okay. This one here is by Laura J. Perrin, and it's called Victorian Ribbon. You know, although it's Victorian ribbons, in my mind, I've always called this my Christmas ribbons because I thought it looked so much like Christmas to me. And this one, the detail, it's so much fun. I had just a blast kitting it up. I had never done canvas work before. I called Homestead Needleworks, I think it was called, out of the States. That's where I had ordered this from, and she says, oh yeah, I can kit up the whole thing for you and send it out your way. And I thought, well, that's great, because I have no idea, you know, what this stuff is that this calls for. And, you know, it's like, it is DMC, but it was different weights, and there was different ribbon and gold and you name it. Anyways, they were super helpful. I do believe they're still around, and whoever gets this chart, if you're not used to canvas work, I would definitely reach out to them. They were fantastic. Anyways, let's use the code word ribbons. Ribbons with an S, okay? Okay, and then I have a couple new acquisitions that I'm not giving away. I'm adding to my collection at this time, but I've set them aside because I have to write thank you notes and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. This one here was sent from a lovely lady in Ontario, Canada, and this is the Peace Angel. And this pattern here again is with lavender and lace. Gorgeous, right? It's an absolutely stunning pattern. And then another lady reached out and she sent me, let me just see if I can reach that. There we go. Okay, so this lady here, I don't want to say their names, but she's from Calgary, and she sent me this whole booklet, a Stony Creek Christmas to Remember collection. And there's just a ton of fun vintage Christmas patterns. Like, look at this horse and sleigh. You know, on the back here, there's even some more. There's just some really great patterns in there. So, yeah, that's a fun one. I definitely, and they're easy to stitch for sure. So sometimes, you know, when I'm stitching all these difficult patterns, it's really fun to get ones that are a little bit easier to stitch. I definitely do appreciate that, right? Yeah, so I think that's about it for my stash dive. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. With the giveaways, make sure you use the code words, don't use the term giveaway, be of age, and I'll ship that anywhere in North America. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at that and maybe found some new patterns that are new to you that you could be interested in stitching. And then stay tuned because I'll be giving away a bunch of the, I didn't share them, but I have some older Mirabilia patterns and lavender and lace that I have stitched that are out of print. And I'm looking to give those away as well in the next 6 months or so. Definitely by Mira May, but some of those things are Nora Corbett, so I want to do that next month. Yeah, I think that's about all. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and I'll see you guys again soon. And if you like the episode, hit like and subscribe. It does help me out to grow my Flosstube, and I hope you guys are enjoying it because I'm definitely enjoying filming, sharing my my stitching journey with you guys and connecting with you. It means a lot to me to read everyone's comments, and you know, everyone here is just so they're just so kind and considerate and genuine, and I really, doing the Flosstube videos has been a lot of fun for me, and I have a lot of new relationships that have bloomed out of it. So yeah, I thank you very much for continuing to watch and for supporting my channel. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.